Alright, so I went ahead and drew out all my objects that I would like to include in my scene. So I already have those laid out for myself, and now the next step is for me to start building my scene. So what this is basically arranging my objects on what I am thinking of is a shelf, and start just customizing what I would like to see in this scene. So now that I have everything set up for myself, I can start resizing and kind of bringing things down in terms of color if they need to have some adjustments. So I'm just making these items a little bit smaller because they are going to fit on a shelf this big right here. So now it's just a matter of customizing and seeing how I'd like to curate some of those objects in this particular illustration. Now, those are all pretty simple and easy to make. What I did was the rectangle tool. This is what I used right here. And in there, I pretty much took the type tool and just typed in walls, and then picked a specific font of my liking and just color picked that white, and I pretty much just stacked a few of those to create books. So pretty simple and easy, just using the rectangle tool and the type tool. Alright, so now I'm just grouping objects together, and I would like to form my scene right here. Right. So I will start by placing certain objects and making them smaller. And this is up to your liking, how you would like to place certain things in this particular postcard format. The whole idea is up to you, and see what works best for your concept. I'm just going with something that looks like a curated shelf for a home theme. So I'm pretty much going to be duplicating or looking at something that looks like this and see if there's something similar I'd like to recreate, and do that accordingly. So I noticed that I have some stacks of books which I would like to use. So here, trying to replicate that scene for myself, and then just seeing whether or not certain items need to go a little bit smaller or larger. So a lot of customizing going on, so just moving things around. Those were also created by a series of shapes, as you can see in the outline. The ellipse tool, the pen tool for the little line right here, the circle tool, and I actually did customize this shape right here using the pen tool right here for both of these shapes to create containers. Right. We want to put this up a little bit more. So let's say this is what I would like my scene to look like. And then once I'm satisfied with it, I'd like to customize this a little bit more by creating some plants, some greenery. So what I'd like to do is show you how you can use the paintbrush tool. What you can do is just customize whatever color you'd like to be using. You can also paintbrush tool options. Once you double click, you get this menu. If you want a more smoother approach, you can kind of bring this notch down a little bit more, or if you want something a little bit more accurate, you can also bring this dot and slide it down the scale. You can also make this a little bit bigger. So you can customize your brush to your liking, and it's pretty simple and straightforward to use, and you can change the color to your liking right here. I personally did a combination of both the paintbrush and the pen tool, a little bit more accuracy with the pen tool. What I decided to do for the leaves was use this pen tool and just use different size variations to customize the depth of each plant leaf, and just kind of go from there. I like a little bit more detail in my illustrations, so that's kind of what I did and what I chose to do. Again, this is up to your liking, but just showing you ways of how you can actually recreate that accuracy with the pen tool, and also kind of get the desired effect that you want. You can go ahead and experiment with the paintbrush, that's completely fine. I'm just showing you again different approaches for different kinds of outcomes you would like to have for your particular illustration style. Right. So I'd like to bring those to the back of the vase like so. Make those smaller. So as you can see, it's just a matter of recreating shapes, resizing them, and what you're doing is pretty much duplicating and just arranging things accordingly, right? So once I'm finished, I'll take a look at how this looks, and I'll see you in the next video, and that next video will show you how we can add texture to some of our elements over here, and then we'll also add some more type to the title.